So it looks like Chicken Man will be covering Trap versus Chance. I'm not too sure where Zombie Grub is. I know she is the third English caster for today. And it looks like Mage will be, the Chinese caster will be covering Zest versus BKGG, which is Breaking GG.
That's, yeah. What do we have to really say? Well, I mean, Rex, he is, I believe, wait, I need to check this. I need to be completely sure because I'm not sure if it was Rex specifically, but for Super Tournament that happened throughout the week and will be happening next week as well. There were a couple of Taiwanese players who got together to cast that in Taiwanese.
Oh, okay.
And was actually official. Yep, it was Rex, Nice, Hui, and Cheeky. We're casting it in Chinese or Mandarin.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if Rex is currently in Korea. I'm not too sure what the roster is right now, but Rex has spent a lot of time there. He's kind of become like the fourth wheel. I don't know if that's the right term, but what I mean by that is, so No Regret, Special, Scarlett, they're like the three core members, and I feel like Rex has probably become the fourth core member. I think he's been there more than sort of, at least. So he's kind of like established himself as one of the Team Unity members, which is pretty sick to see.
Well, not just as a member of Team Unity, but as also a member of Jin Air. He's not just somebody who shows up and plays for them. He does spend quite a bit of time with them, to the point where I think he understands Korean. I'm not sure if he speaks Korean, but I know he does understand it quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, the lobby has been made.
Jin Air vlogs are pretty fun, if you haven't guessed, to watch.
Yep, I'm just gonna get a link actually, because there are some people asking about the other streams. Of course, we do support them. There are currently 3 English streams. We have ourselves, Chicken Man, and Zombie Grub, as well as 2 Korean streams. So Crank is streaming, as well as Maddox, and last but not least, we have the Chinese stream by Mage.
There's that Twitter link, so you can go ahead and check all of those out. You can also multi-twitch it up, if you will. You get to see a lot of these different games. Chicken Man is covering Trap versus Chance, as we have said. Mage will be covering Zest versus Breakin' GG versus Zest. I'm not too sure what Zombie Grub is covering.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where she is.
Go ahead and check it out and let us know.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of 6 series here. And something really important, she may be in Sordo versus Dream. That's another pretty sick series that's happening. But something that happened earlier today that we haven't mentioned, Rex 2-0 Special.
Hyperion versus Astria. Rex 2-0 Special. Here we go. We're getting into it. The ZvZ of the Special Slayer and the SOS Slayer. I'm not sure why that was the first one that popped in my mind. I could have gone for Probe. I could have gone for Ranger.
You know, could have gone for like
all the way back to 2 years ago.
Really, what she is she's the team house killer. She's taking down Ranger. She's taking down Probe. Now she's going up against Rex. He's even mentioning it. The team kill. Mate.
Here we have it then. On the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE. It is our Red Zud, all the way from Canada, currently residing in Korea. She is representing Team Newbie, taking out multiple Protoss players so far in this bracket. Can she take out a Zerg player in a team kill? Let's find out what we can see from Scarlett.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have her ex-housemate, current housemate. I'm not too sure We have representing Junior Green Wings as well as Japan. Taiwan. Why did I even... Japan? Sayark, is that you? We have Rex.
Alright, time to draft a formal apology.
I couldn't tell you. I think maybe in the back of my mind you mentioned weeb earlier, and that's just been on my mind this entire time. I couldn't tell you. Yeah. It's been having an existential crisis. But again, I'm kind of excited for this series and the next one. I'm hoping that that Scarlett or Rex runs into sort of, and we just see constant like team unity kills like over and over again, because that's literally all we've had today.
Oh, you're right. That you are.
But you know, meanwhile, this is a pretty standard ZvZ. Like, I'm surprised no one went for like a pool first, like an earlier pool.
Pretty much just mirror builds going on so far. Well, you say that, but you have to remember they are teammates, or were teammates, or no, they are on the same clan. Housemates. That's the word.
There you go. Yeah, they did live together. You know, these two players, Ranger, Probe. There's been a lot of players that have kind of gone in through the Team Unity team house. You know, Time as well, right? Chance, he's currently living there. He's also in the bracket, in the lower bracket, I should say. Yeah.
And again, I want to reiterate, 2-0 Creator.
Hey. Creator recently winning I can never remember what the name of the tournament was, but Creighton's tournament that he casted the other week. Yeah, it's surprising. It's cool to see him. He's kind of the rising talent of this year, specifically of this year. Like
one of them.
Yeah, one of them, alongside like Percival. Yeah.
Speaking of rising, that's a Baneling being morphed right now for Rex. And the Baneling nest with Scarlett not quite done. You do have to see Rex is going on the offensive here.
Yes, he is. He's heading for that third base. He does have Banelings being morphed as well. Scarlett does see it, but will she be able to respond in time? There isn't too much...
Ignoring this third, or not quite, just going in. We have a couple of links for a scout, and will be putting this third base under siege. Rex does not want to reveal his hand, and by hand, I mean Baneling just yet. But is it too late? It does not get sniped. Rex will still have this Baneling alive to continue to put on the pressure onto Scarlett. So you have Scarlett being very quick to grab the Roach Warren and +1 range. Rex still does not have that. Going to be relying on the Lingbane phase for a while more.
Yeah, Rex a little bit behind in terms of tech. It looks like he's just he was trying to focus on delaying this third base, but so far he's just been warded off, and he has to be so careful. Almost runs into Banelings. Oh, Scarlett does as well. Jesus. Okay,
that wasn't as bad as
it's okay.
I'm not having a heart attack just yet. Yep. Scarlett losing a couple of Banelings there, and by a couple I mean one, but Rex losing a lot of his lings.
Yeah, that he does. Another Baneling gets sniped.
Scarlett basically losing her lings, but now the roaches are out, and Rex is gonna have to scramble a defense. He is throwing down 12 roaches to try to defend against this. Does not quite have the upgrades, but I think as we have learned, upgrades don't matter as much compared to sheer numbers and positioning when it comes to Roach v Roach.
Yeah, Scarlett is already pushing out across the map. She's already at the front of Rex's bases.
Ooh, morphing in a couple of Ravagers. I do like to see that. But now Rex is up this ramp. Scarlett actually being a little bit, putting her Ravagers in a little bit of a compromised position.
Yeah, it's a little bit worrying because Scarlett,
on time.
She's down when it comes to the Roach count, so she has to be very careful right now. She has to make sure she uses her Ravagers wisely.
There's a lot of links, and now going to be a lot of Banelings, and these can actually soften up not the Banelings, the Roaches quite a bit to allow Scarlett to clean up. That could be how Scarlett takes engagement.
Rex is actually supply blocked right now. He had to make 5 overlords at once. Oh god.
He is. Alright, they're posturing. Scarlett is moving in, but Rex is here with a pre-split. Scarlett does not want to risk that too much. Oh, the overlord still survives.
Yeah, it does go down. and she's trying to find an angle to come in, but Rex, like, he lets her go in. Yeah, she gets it. She gets up the ramp.
He does go up the ramp, but the roaches are here to defend. Meanwhile, this counterattack from Rex is enough to pull a lot of Scarlett's forces back. There's another counterattack, but the banelings and another baneling. Scarlett does pull back most of the links, and Scarlett just has pulled back. This base is completely under siege right now.
Yeah, 7 workers went down.
The rest of his army.
Like, that's actually huge, that amount of damage that was dealt. Despite that, though, Scarlett is still slightly ahead in workers, so, you know, he does equalize, I should say.
Very far ahead in terms of the army count. Rex only now morphing in some links to try to reinforce
some banelings are trying to get into the natural of Scarlett at the same time. She's getting kind of sandwiched right now.
This does also pull the army of Rex out of position somewhat. The Biles do not land on the banelings. That would have been devastating for Rex. And now we do have to watch this. Positioning from both players are pretty good, but Scarlett does have the numbers. If Rex was able to manage to get these banelings to crash into the army, that could be the start of Rex turning the tide in that battle.
Yeah, but he gets pushed back, and look what's in his main.
That is what I like to see.
We do have a Muta switch on the way from Rex. Right now, Scarlett, she does no idea this is happening. Instead, she is going for +2. She's committing to this Roach Ravager army. And that's what I was going to point out that was worrying about Rex, is that he hasn't made any Ravagers. He hasn't spent that extra gas. He's just been going with pure Roaches, and it's so difficult to end the game with that. And we do see him transition. At the same time, though, look what Scarlett's thrown down in her main.
I like it. They went from Lingbane Wars to Roach Wars, and now I guess they're gonna go into Mutant Wars? Yep.
It's happening.
Scarlett has now secured a 4th base. Rex not quite in it yet. He wants to bank up quite a bit of resources in order to get his Mutalisks. And as a wise man once said, when a Muta v Muta count, the player who has more Mutas is the player who wins.
Exactly, and he already has 900 gas banked up. He has quite a lot getting ready. 5 Mutas are already on the way. That he is. He doesn't have a 4th base just yet. And he spent a lot in defense. He was a little bit worried that Scarlett was going to counterattack. He threw down 4 spines, and that could have been 4 more Mutas.
It could have been a base.
It could have been a base. Yeah. It could have been a lot of things. Instead, Scarlett, you know, not investing in that, instead investing in that 4th base, will be ahead economically. She is ahead in workers as well. But
we'll see.
Yeah, Rex, he's already moving out with his Mutas.
But he might move into the army. He does. He doesn't see the drones here. Gonna be targeting this Overlord of Scarlett. Maybe barely puts a dent in her supply. We'll be able to get these drones now as they
there's no spore.
try to evacuate. There is no spore, and there's not a lot of anti-air here for Rex. We'll be able to get quite a number of drones here, but Scarlett goes for the counterattack.
Exactly, she's pushing out. But there is no anti-air, so these Mutas, they will be able to snipe the Ravagers, but the Mutas of Scarlett do come in.
And they are keeping the army of Scarlett so far back. The Zerglings are in, and they do get a surround on the Queens. The Queens are still going to be alive, but the important part is Scarlett has been pushed back, pulling the army back as well. So much anti-air here, though, now for Scarlett. Will she lose a Queen? She does, and Rex is just getting that Muta count up and up and up.
Yeah, he's getting a 4th base of his own behind this, but it is still on the way. It's still not quite up and running. And he's trying to contain Scarlett right now as he gets his economy up.
For the time being.
He is slightly
trying
ahead.
to get his autonomy up. He is ahead in the worker count. But again, the army count. Scarlett just has a better army right now.
I mean, you
Rex,
say that.
He has a better Muta count, but I'm not sure.
The army count, the army supply is inflated by Scarlett because of how many roaches she has. When it comes to Muta count, I think Rex does have the advantage. But
Rex is on 21 Mutas versus Scarlett 16, so he does have the advantage there. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though. Scarlett, despite having the lower Mutalisk count, does have the Spores, does have the Queens, does have the Ravagers as well. Now, this 5th base from Rex is getting very badly threatened. And by very badly threatened, I mean that he deflects this.
That he does. Meanwhile, he does have his own portion of links to the north, but not quite finding an opportunity to jump in quite yet. Meanwhile, Scarlett also has a fifth of her own.
Yeah, Rex is trying to find these vulnerable positions, trying to go in. Scarlett's just popping spores left and right in order to get some kind of anti-air. She knows that she's behind on the muta count, and I like this. She went for the infestation pit, gonna go for infestors. Ooh, big run by Rex.
Yeah, the mutas are hitting the fifth. There are lings getting into the main base. Oh my god, there's lings all over the place. Lings in the main, the lings in the natural.
It depends. Scarlett's so behind now. She has to go all in. I do not see her rebuilding her economy anytime soon. The infestors are out, so she could have some fungals on these mutas.
The hatchery goes down. The fourth base is going to go down as well. All her bases just there's chaos everywhere right now.
You'll have to watch out for them. The banelings do try to snipe it, but it's not quite enough. The roaches of Scarlett do manage to get in. There are some corruptors from Scarlett as well, so this might be enough to deter Rex. Ooh, Bio Magic to connect.
Yeah, the Ravager hit the mutas. And it looks like Scarlett's going to be able to win the air fight potentially with the corruptors.
Potentially.
It's going to be close.
And she has to counterattack though. Rex is starting to reinforce, getting a lot of lings, a lot of mutas. Where are these there are no fungals. Scarlett got the infestors, but hasn't been able to use them.
Well, yeah, they went down.
The air fight here. Scarlett accidentally clumping up her mutas quite a bit. GG is called, and Rex will take game number 1.
Mate.
Golly God, that was a ZvZ if I've ever seen one. So much so. A bit of a slow start, but more than worth it because something was happening throughout that game.
Man, what did that wise man say? Can you repeat that?
The player in the muta fight, the player who has more mutas is usually the player who wins, and the player who has more mutas is the player who gets the spire first.
Exactly. And Scarlett, she was trying to make up for that. She was throwing down spores everywhere. She did also try and transition into infestors as well as corruptors towards the end, but it just wasn't enough.
If she could have gotten just one fungal on those clump of mutas that Rex had, I think that game would have gone well, maybe not completely differently because Scarlett's economy was still really devastated at that point, but I think it would have been enough for Scarlett to turn around and counterattack potentially.
Yeah, it's just it was so difficult because it was so close as well because Scarlett did land those Ravager hits as well, so the mutas, they were so low for Rex, but just wasn't quite enough. And yeah, you know, Rex, he was able to take it. He was able to pull Scarlett apart towards the end. Like in the mid game, she looked like she was very stable, but
run by was huge. Absolutely, not just in terms of the sheer volume of lings that Rex had, but also in terms of its effectiveness. My God.
Well, it kind of started this
stream right now to mute us.
Yeah, it started this domino effect where the lings made it into the main, into the natural, which prompted the mutas to go for the fourth base, which prompted more lings to head towards the third. Like, and it was just everything on Scarlett's side of the map was blinking red. Like, there was just constant chaos happening everywhere. It was beautiful.
No, this is a 2004 Ripple Battleground. Scarlett ain't blinking because you need to be stalkers.
What?
In the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Belladonna LE. It is the Red Zerg, all the way from Canada, currently residing in Korea. She's been looking to get the team kills or the house kills, I should say, all morning.
You're gonna have to be quick.
Morning, all afternoon. But, but not quite getting it now because Rex is gonna be the one turning the tables. She is representing newbie. It is Scarlett.
Going gas first. And in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade LE, going pool first, we have Rex. Pulling the drones. Yep, that's why.
Making sure that they get their deposit in. Oh lordy.
Yep, that's why I needed you to hurry it up, because Rex went for a pool first, Scarlett went for gas pool. They're both going for very aggressive builds, but Scarlett will have link speed, and Rex, he's pulling everything he has. He's going around and just bypassing
direction here.
Exactly, he's bypassing all the overlords. She is, but she has no defensive lings right now. All her lings are running across the map, and potentially she could just kill the buildings. Like it's very possible.
Well, oh yeah, Rex does not have enough to make another hatchery if she could. Does around here on some of these reinforcing lings.
She spots the drones. Now she knows what's happening. And now they're getting it.
Back.
Oh, she's coming back home. Yeah.
There she is. I'm not sure if that's the right call necessarily, but I mean, benefit of the doubt, Scarlett is a much better player than I am. Drone drilling like a.
God, dude. Spine's already on the way. Once they finish, it's gonna be game over. She has a queen though.
At this time that Rex is buying, trying to body block these spines as well. So many lings come down from Scarlett.
Speed finishes.
Speed is complete. GG is called. That was a 2-minute game.
Hey.
So Scarlett ties it 1-1 in this best of 3 sideways.
Yeah, that was scary. That would have worked if Scarlett hadn't gone for such an aggressive opener that she did. You know, it's interesting because in game 1 they both did the exact same thing. They both went for very economic hatch first builds. This one though, they went very aggressive, and you know, Rex kind of gambling a lot, you know, going for, you know, hoping that Scarlett went for like a later, you know, a later pool or a later hatchery, but she's able to hold on.
That she was, man. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to see a weird base trade scenario, but that was very risky. That would have been very risky. Scarlett did go for the better chance of success, and was able to get that success.
That she was, and now we're getting into game number 3. Are we gonna see very fast pulls? We could. I wouldn't put it past Rex, to be honest. Because of the mind game, you know, like after a game like that, like Scarlett or a player would be like, oh, you know, like that's it, right? Maybe this game, Rex will go like more standard opener. Like, it's hard to tell.
We'll find out. We'll find out in the top right-hand corner map. Swanning in the top right-hand corner of, what's the name of this map? Eternal Empire. L-E-E-E-L-E. Ile. We have the Red Zug looking to get those house kills, but having a little bit of trouble here as the other player from the house is looking to get them house kills. We have the Red Zug representing Newbie, all the way coming in from Canada, currently residing in Korea. It is gonna be Scarlett.
With the hatch first. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire, LE. Currently mirroring his opponents, he is the Taiwanese Zerg player representing Jin Air Green Wings. It is Rex.
Going hatch first.
Exactly. I'm disappointed. This would be the opportune moment for any of these players to go for an insanely aggressive build, like a gas first or something. But, you know, to be fair, it could be map dependent. I'm not too sure. But, you know, now we have the players.
Nightshade is a map that tends to have a lot of shenanigans in the early game being thrown down. Eternal Empire, not so much.
Yeah, instead we have very, very standard openers. We have hatch, gas, pool, and yeah, from both players, we're going to see a more standard game. Things won't be ramping up until we see like Baleen Nests go down or Roach Warrens, or we'll see how they deviate within the next couple of minutes. Hey, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by Rex, to be honest. I know that he's been in Korea for a while. He's been kind of boot camping for a while, and unfortunately, we haven't really seen him shine. We haven't really seen him kind of...
No, Shine's an observer.
Yeah, he also plays Brood War. But we haven't seen him really, you know, have his moment in the sun and really come out and showcase his skill that he's kind of fostered being in Korea. But now maybe his time, you know, he toured special, he took a game off of Scarlett, like he's definitely a top tier player. And unfortunately out of Taiwan, we don't really see, you know, it's Haas, right? Whenever you look at WCS and Taiwanese representation.
Lately I think Nice actually is gunning for that that spot as
either way,
you think of when you think of Taiwan.
Yeah, either way, it's not Rex. It's Nice or Haas, right?
Well, I mean,
you even said it yourself. You're like, yeah, but you know, Nice is who I think about. It's like, well, it's not Rex then, is it? Which is kind of unfortunate, you know. And we could see a shift in that kind of dynamic coming into 2020, which is exciting.
Here's hoping. Especially considering the fact that, once again, I want to reiterate, Rex is on Jin Air.
He is on Jin Air. I don't know if he lives with them. He could. I don't know. Oh, this Failing being caught out though.
Amount of time with them. Ooh, that it was. Now Scarlett knows that there are Banelings, and more importantly, she knows that Rex wants to be on the offensive. Getting a little bit of a mirror to game 1 so far. Rex is not all out aggressive though. He is joining up pretty hard. This might, he turns around with his Lings. He might just be trying to mind game Scarlett right here.
Yeah, he does decide to come back home. Already got an Evo chamber on the way. Neither player really going for Roaches quite yet. Still staying on this Ling Bane.
Well, as you say that.
As I say that, we do have a Roach Warren come down.
You know what? I'm gonna throw one down.
Yeah, both players do end up throwing down their Roach Warrens. We have Lairs on the way as well. Looks like the Ling Bane phase will be skipped over. And we will be transitioning. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, both players are going for +1 melee.
In spite of the Roach Warrens, this is very... It's interesting to see the least. Scarlett. Ooh. This is what I like to see coming from Zerg players.
Yep, and I'll just fix that up. Currently they are tied up 1-1. My bad for not updating that. Well, the Banes do get stopped at the natural of Rex, and
that they do. The Lings here getting stopped at the natural of Scarlett, but his Queen is very, very low.
Oh.
His drones are now starting to fight with the Queen. Does that actually cause a body block? It does! Nicely done by a Canadian Zerg player. I almost said Protoss.
Oh god, the Banes!
Thanks for getting in the Banes!
Rex losing his aggressive Lings, and now Scarlett, she's kind of free to do what she wants. We do have that Spire on the way. Looks like Rex is trying to get a bit of damage done at the 3rd. Meanwhile, there is a Nidus on the way for Rex.
This is what they call in the Magician industry misdirection, what Rex is doing with his Lings right now. The Roaches are out, and Rex is confirming that that's going to be what he's up against. Nidus is going down, but it's at the okay. That was a quick GG, but not a surprise. A little surprising, but not a unreasonable GG.
Did he
Rex
see?
was relying. Yeah, Scarlett spotted the what's it called?
The Nidus.
The Nidus with all, and basically had her entire army ready to pounce. So
okay.
Yeah, once Rex realized this isn't gonna work out.
All right, I was a bit curious as to what triggered that, but okay. GG.
GG. Scarlett is continuing to be on fire today. Gonna be continuing her Unity House kill streak.
Oh, Chief, Ragnarok.
Here we go.
No, leave. Sorry.
Okay. I didn't join in the first place, so.
Okay. Zombie Grub is covering Ragnarok versus Astrea. If you do want to tune into that, that's gonna be a juicy series.
Yeah, more CVP.
Yeah.
And a pretty exciting one, to say the least.